Marshall Acton III Review. A majority of the Bluetooth speakers examined by us are agile and durable, however, Marshall usually takes the contrary stance. Its audio devices mimic the company's well-known guitar amps and are more suitable as stylish pieces for your living room. At $279.99, Marshall Acton III follows up on its preceding version, Acton II. Not only does it look great, but it also sounds excellent and gives you the freedom to fine-tune bass and treble levels to your liking. Excessive sound produces some distortion while its partner app isn't overly useful, yet those nuisances likely won't persuade anyone fond of the company's products. If you are happy to evaluate other options though, you can save a bit of money with IKEA's Symfonisk picture frame, which is priced at $199 and has an unmistakable design that is more modernized than normal. The aesthetic of the Acton III, which measures around 10.3 by 6.7 by 5.9 inches and is weighted at 6.3 pounds, looks very comparable to past entries in Marshall's collection. Each of the three color combos, black, cream, or brown faux leather, appeals visually. To reinforce the construct, brass control knobs and a scripted Marshall logo on the front grille are feature details. Despite this exaggeration of classic amp designs not appealing to all people, we think they look great. Although, our grievance over the back panel has stayed constant from the previous models, it's blanketed in the legal language that a majority of brands generally put aside in another spot. The bottom part would have been a more suitable area for this info. Neglecting the sea of text, at the back is where the power link and a jack that enables efficient driver operation are located. 4 reliable legs keep the speaker in place wherever it's positioned. The grille houses a single 30-watt Class D amplifier for the woofer and dual 15W Class D amplifiers for the tweeters. The blends produce stereo sound with a frequency range of 45 Hz to 20 kHz. It is compatible with Bluetooth 5.2 and just works with the default SBC codec. The lack of aid for AAC, APS, or other better tier options is unexpected at this price tag. For improved codec options, you can purchase the $349.99 Sony SRS XG300, which has assistance from both AAC and LDAC codecs. The control panel presents an impressive design that keeps you diverted from the back with its brass knobs and switches. Starting on the left, there is a button for alternating between Bluetooth and ancillary sound sources, knobs to adjust volume, bass, and treble levels, a combination switch button for track navigation, and a large power toggle. At the far left, you will find a 3.5mm auxiliary input which seems out of place next to the back's connections. It could be that Marshall wants to discourage users from trying to glance out the rear view. In any event, the playback capacities performed impeccably during testing. Simply push to play or pause, and press left or right to switch tunes. The knobs have engravings but no stops, so they slide easily from 0 to 10. Red LEDs light up the crevices as you turn them. Fortunately, these options refresh those that can be viewed in the app and vice versa. While the Marshall app leaves something to be desired, it does have the positive feature of adjustable EQ with bass and treble controls to adjust LED levels on the speaker. Despite not having a 5-band equalizer with savable settings, physical control settings are the primary focus here. At first, the placement compensation feature caught our attention. Many sound bars and other larger speakers boast inner mics that can measure a room's acoustics and then tweak the audio for ideal playback. Unfortunately, this feature was less remarkable. Essentially, it walks you through a brief survey to determine if the speaker is close to an edge or wall and readjusts the audio accordingly. It's preferable to nothing, but you're more likely to have more luck adjusting the bass and treble levels by hand. Generally speaking, we advocate keeping any device with a port at its backside a minimum of 9 inches away from a wall. Aside from the equalizer and relocation remuneration portions, the application doesn't include much else. The About part plainly outlines the model, brand, and a serial number of your device. The Forget Device section needs very little explanation. The Marshall Explore division is essentially a shopping hyperlink to obtain more Marshall-related items. Otherwise, you can access an instruction manual, register for a newsletter, agree to anonymous analytics, and get firmware updates over the air.